Welcome back to Trust the Rust here on YouTube. Today is our first day of our annual Puget Sound Antique Tractor and Machinery Association. Today we're just getting underway with the first pull. We pull 4 days of show. So yeah, each day of the show we pull. Also parades, but I'm not filming the parade. Anyway, we did our driver's meeting. Everybody's starting to come in down to the hole. We're going to get lined up. Beautiful setting. We're here at Berthelsen Park in Linden, Washington, and right there is the Berthelsen Barn. And right on the other side of those trees is Berthelsen Creek. And right up on that hill over there, that's where the Berthelsen house used to stand years and years ago. So yeah, we're waiting for the green light for the first hook. The far sled, from this point of view, the far sled, we're going to start at 5,000 pound, 3 miles an hour. Small sled is 2,500 pound, 3 miles an hour, and we will move up through the speeds and the weight classes until we're done today. You should only see everybody twice. They're allowing 2 hooks today, and the show should be short. It's Wednesday, first day of the show. Normally people are still at work. They don't get the whole week off like some of us did. Alright, let's get started. Well, if I'm walking this way, it's not looking good for the puller. Oh, it looks like he found traction. He's been spinning for almost 100 feet. He's still slipping, but yeah, I'm gonna have to start backing up. We got a Massey Ferguson. I don't remember what model it is. Alright, again, this is 2,500 pounds, 3 miles an hour, and he gets down to 159 feet. 159.2. So I'm not sure if you can see down there, but we have a new reader board that's going to tell our weight class and mile per hour. That way we don't have to rely on somebody going down there and remembering to flip the boards, the cards, to change weight and speed. So on the right, for the little sled that we just saw pull, it still has the flip cards. On the right, if you can see it, it's a green frame with red LED lights calling out mile per hour, and then the weight. Right now it's calling out 3 mile an hour, 5,000 pound. But we don't have a driver for that tractor yet. The Massey Ferguson, that's a 35 if you're wondering. And next on the sled, we're gonna change classes. 2,500 pound, 4 miles an hour now. And we got a Farmall B on the sled coming up next. Bobby will get down to 193 feet, 193. Hey, at our June pull, we went around and looked at the stuff that broke on the first day of the pull, of our 2-day pull. One of them was my brother on Itty Bitty, a little Alice Chalmers CA. Turns out the wheel bearings in the right axle gave out, and that was the issue. So he's got those replaced, and this is his first hook since getting that repaired. Let's see if it holds together. got down to 189 feet. We got Farmall 350 is Sean driving. He got out to 108, not much better. We'll see if they leave the sled. Yeah, looks like they're going to leave the sled and let her ride on the far side of the track. Real quick, before the scraper guy gets here, let's check out the tire. Pretty flat, a little bit of a crown, got black marks. This one might be a little overpressured, a little bit more of a ditch to it. So they're not quite even pressure. A little bit of a bump, a little bit of a dip. Probably need to be equaled out a little. He did say that he forgot to check them, so, and this being the first day of the poll, it's just a test and tune poll. We don't start getting awards till I think Friday or maybe Saturday. Maybe it's Saturday. Can't remember if they're doing 1 or 2 days for awards. All right, we got, let's see, we got a new tractor on the big sled. Another Farmall, looks like a 300. Still in the 5,000 pound, 3 mile an hour class. And he will get out to 115 feet. 115. And we have a new class on the small sled near side. 3,000 pounds, 4 miles an hour. Alright, Farmall BN is back on the sled. Again, 3,000 pounds, 4 mile an hour. New life there for about 10 feet, jumped out to 189. So we have a new class on the far lane, far track, 5,500 pounds, 3 miles an hour. Sounds like Sean is the only one in the class on the Farmall 350. I'm sure later in the week we'll get more into classes as participation will start to pick up. Sean will get stopped at 131 feet. 131. Alright, we got Misbehaving, a little Alice Chalmers C. In the 3,000 pound, 4 mile an hour class on the near track. Took the slack out of the chain and is got the green light. Here he comes. Cody will get stopped at 174 feet. Next up, we got a WD-45 diesel. And he will spin out at 116 feet. 116. He is the first in the 5,500 pound, 4 mile an hour class. First hook. Okay, here comes my brother. Apparently he's in 6 mile an hour class. Cruising right along. smoke off the tire never hurt nobody but the tire, right? And he's good for 227 feet. 227. All right, next hook on the far track. We have an Oliver 880 gas. Carl at the driver's wheel. And that should be good enough to take first in his class so far. As he gets stopped at 118, I believe Dallas got 116. What I call jailbreak. Got down to 234 feet on Farmall C, 3,000 pound, 4 miles an hour, 234. Far track. Looks like we went back to 5,000 pound, 6 mile an hour with the red diamond. He's hidden behind the scraper. There he is. And he gets down to 149. 149 for the red diamond. So recently my wife and I were talking about tractors and different models, different brands that I like, and she said, wait. Just stop there. You're colorblind when it comes to tractors. I stopped and I looked there and was like, oh yeah, I guess so. Case in point, this Alice Chalmers D10. I've mentioned it in other videos, but I think this is like a little piece of candy. I love the big tires on the back, the little tires on the front. I love the color. This thing is a very nice paint job, sheet metal work. It's absolutely gorgeous. The cream steering wheel, the AC badge, the seat. The Farmall H with the gray hood and the red cast. I can find something about a lot of these tractors that I like. I really am heavy into Moleens, but tractors make me happy. So does this Ford. This Ford's nice. Alright, I don't know if he's 3,250, 3 mile an hour. He's going to get down to 207 feet. In the background, you may have heard the red diamond going again. As he pulled in 8 mile an hour class and got down to 147 feet. 147 on the far track for the red diamond. Alright, far sled, we got Samantha. And this is a new tractor to the track. It looks like it's a Farmall M. And it looks like they just pulled it out of the blackberries. This still has green on the rusty hood with a nice red weight bracket on the front. She is pulling at 6,000 pounds, 3 miles an hour. On the near sled, I'm not sure what class they're in, 3,000 pounds, 4 mile an hour. Nobody's changed the sign down there, so I'm not sure where we're at. 3250 pound 3 mile an hour class. So we got that sorted out. Samantha on that green rust and red Farmall M, she got down to 130 feet. Alright, new class again on the far track, 6,000 pounds, 4 miles an hour. We got a U-Moline. Always headed out of bounds. Yeah, he'll pull the clutch at 131 feet. Alright, we got Mike on a John Deere G, still in the 6,000 pound, 4 mile an hour class. We'll get stopped at 169. Here's something cool. This is her daughter, one of his daughters on the Alice coming at us. Samantha, we saw her on the Farmall M here a few minutes ago. CA Alice will stop at 190 feet. Our sled was still in the 4 mile an hour, 6,000 pound. We got a Farmall 560 gas. Small sled, I think it's 3250, 4 mile an hour. We got an Alice. It looks like it was 6 mile an hour, 3,000 pound. Anyway, we'll get out to 174. And Farmall 560 gets stopped at 145. Next up on the big sled, far track, we have Massey Harris 44 Special Diesel. And this was his grandpa's tractor, Auto Grape. If you look up Auto Grape in the Guinness World Book of Records under tractor pulling, Otto was the oldest tractor puller in the world. I think he did his last hook at 100 years old. I'm not certain, but he's real close because he lived to be like 101, 2, or 3. Ryan in his diesel Massey gets stopped at 164 feet. 164. Alright, we got Misbehaving back on the sled. Looks like a new class. Definitely 3 miles an hour. Not sure of the weight. That's 3,004 mile an hour, I'm not sure. And he'll set her down real gentle like at 201 feet. 201. Here's Matt. We saw him earlier on the D12 Alice, and this time he's out here on his Farmall 460 diesel, and he'll stop at 179 feet. 179. Here we go. We got Marv back on the sled on his Ford 800. New class for him. Headed right for us. And Marv would get a jailbreak measurement of 229 feet. All right, we got Dave on his John Deere G. 4 mile an hour, 6,000 pounds. Oh boy, he's got a jailbreak on the park track. And he'll get stopped at 227. 227 per day. Nice hook. Alright, we got Samantha back on her Alice. It's like 4 mile an hour, 3,000 pounds yet. And she'll get out to 207 feet. Here's something good to see. Philip pulled for the first time last year, and I believe he pulled at our fall pull, this year's spring pull, and here he is again at our show. He's on a Farmall M, 6,500 pounds, 3 miles an hour. Got Lauren on his Farmall C. Like he's still 3,000 pounds, 4 miles an hour on the small near track. Philip got stopped at 189. And Lauren is going to do a rodeo out to 243. 243 feet for Lauren on the Farmall C. Hey, here's another for the 2-cylinder fans. A John Deere D. David's been pulling this thing for years at our show. Get stopped at 139 feet. In the meantime, we got Taylor on his Alice. And he'll stop at 238. 238. caliber you just saw, the 70 standard, that is the first in my class, 3,500 pound, 4 mile an hour. Next up is going to be this new hook, new tractor to the class, Farmel H. And I don't know if he's got a rib limiter or why it's cracking, but about to find out on his first hook what's going on. So I'll turn you over to the camera at the end, and I'll be up next. 200 pounds down there. Have none on the back. Yeah. All of a sudden he's camera shy. Am I recording? Yes. The other guy there hooked me, just asked what class I'm in, confirming I'm at 4 mile an hour. Okay, wait for the green light, see red. Okay, here we go. Got down to 242. He wasn't happy with the way it run. My nose is stuck to the ground, so may have to move my weight from the middle to the back and see if that'll get me more bite on the rear end. And then that might mean I have to put another weight on the front to get my balance, but we'll try to find out. So that Farmel H is in the next class with me, 6 mile an hour, 3,500 pounds. Just got down to 270 feet. And hopefully you can hear on the footage from the other camera what this white Alice got. I didn't look down there as I was having a conversation, but he got down there too. But I am outclassed at this weight, or at this speed. This is really a good 3 or 4 mile an hour tractor. I have competed decent in 6 mile an hour class, but not very often. So, alright, we'll wait for the sled to come back and we'll take a turn. Okay, I can't pull second gear. I will run out of power. So it's first gear wide open. 4.5 is the best I'll do. But I'll never have to watch my speed. It's nice and smooth. My hooker here is making sure I'm in the 6th class, 6 mile an hour. Take the slack out, we're there. Green light, let's go. I'm about 30 feet behind that, I think 30 feet behind the Farmel H. But we're done for the day. Checking my air pressure. I think my right tire could use pound and a half, 2 pounds, something like that. I haven't checked it. Alright, we'll get this thing parked here and get back over the hill and talk about more tractor pulling.